If you manage a team at work, then this might be a super important episode and lesson for you. This is Mario, and today I want to talk about Radical Candor career conversations. It might seem like a weird place to start, but I promise I'm going to bring it back to you and to your dreams and to endurance. And so just to start off, my mission in life is to help the people around me become the best version of themselves. And that's true in every area of my life. That's as a husband, that's as a dad, that's as a triathlon coach, and that's also as a product owner and a leader of the product owner team at work. And so I work for a company called Higher Learning Technologies in Iowa, and we're a company that believes in starting with why. And our why is to improve outcomes through lifelong learning. And we mainly do that in the nursing and the dental healthcare education space. And, at work, I manage a team of 3 product owners. And recently I started having career conversations with one of the direct reports on my team. And that's because as a manager, I understand that it is my job to help the people on my team grow. And I knew that I should be doing that, and I knew that I should be focused on his growth, but I wasn't really sure how to do that and how to start a conversation like that. And I kind of struggled through the first couple of conversations. But then I was reminded of a book that I had read, or I guess listened to on Audible a while ago, and it's called Radical Candor. And it's written by 2 different individuals who have worked at major tech corporations, including Apple, Google, and a couple of others. But they have built a framework for having these career conversations, but having them in a much more meaningful way. And it's all about getting to know the people on your team, understanding the things that motivate them, learning about their dreams, and then helping them make tangible progress towards those dreams. So the framework is called Career Conversations, and here's how it works. So there's 3 different conversations that you have, and the first is all about the past. So what you want to do is you want to start with your direct report, and you want to ask them, tell me about your life since kindergarten. And the first step here is to understand their motivations and values, the things that drive them. And really, it's all about trying to understand their life story and ask them about and listen for those major pivots and transitions, and start to think about why, or ask them, why did you make those transitions? And what did those transitions teach them about what they love and hate about their work? So first, you want to start with their past, try and understand their values. You want to try and understand what motivates them. And then in the second conversation, you want to jump to the future. And you start this conversation by saying, tell me what you want the peak of your career to look like. And this step is all about understanding where people want to be in the pinnacle of their careers. So some are skeptical that younger workers know what they want to be when they grow up, but everybody has dreams, and it's really the job of the manager to help the individual on the team clarify and document those dreams. So you start that conversation with, what do you want the pinnacle of your career to look like? And another way that you can do that is by having them actually write out 3 to 5 dreams that they have, and actually have them write that down. So it's very similar to the Matthew Kelly Amazing Possibilities exercise that I shared recently and that I went through recently, where it's all about identifying and writing down your dreams. So then if we've done the first conversation, which is understanding the past, you have the second conversation, which is all about understanding the future and the dreams. The third conversation is all about assessing where are they in the present moment and creating a career action plan to help the individuals actually make progress towards those dreams. So with that past and future understanding, we're now able to build a relevant and thoughtful action plan with clear owners and clear timelines. And the best way, I think, to do that is to have the individual write down the dreams that they have, and then have them understand and write down what skills are needed to achieve those dreams. Then, once you have the dreams, once you have the skills that are necessary, you can have them rate themselves on a scale of 1 to 10 of where are they currently on that skill set. Are they doing really well, or do they need a lot of work? And then it's your job as the manager to start to think about what additional education can you give them? What courses can you recommend? What mentors can you connect them with? That's one thing. Another thing is, how can you start to shift their current work and their current priorities to develop those skills that they need in order to get a step closer to their dreams? So that's kind of the career conversations process and the framework. Again, it starts with first a conversation in the past, understand the life story. Next, it's understanding the future, identifying the dreams. And then third, it's developing a plan in the present, understanding their skills, and then creating a timeline and action items to achieve that from there. So I recently went through this process, and I'm in the middle of the process with a direct report at work. And it has been a really fun experience, I think, for both of us. So the first conversation, I learned how important it is for him to solve problems. I learned how important it is for him to be a part of technology. I learned how important it is for him to be leading teams, but also have a team that has a really good, strong camaraderie. And then in the second conversation, I learned that some of his dreams are he wants to be a product manager at a small to medium-sized tech company. That's one dream. Another dream is he would like to possibly be a production manager for either a video game or a board game. And there's a couple of other dreams that we identified. But from there, what we did is we started to write down those dreams. We identified the skills that are necessary, and I've already started shifting some of his current work projects to be aligned with developing those skills. For example, one thing that I did is if you're going to be a product manager at a tech company, one of the skills that you need to learn is delegation and getting work done through other people. So with our next project for this direct report, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him the opportunity to be the lead on the project, but have him, and not necessarily have him do all of the work, but have him work with the other individuals on our team to help them understand what we need to get done and have them basically report to him on that specific project. So that's just one example of how you can go about that process and how it results in different, slightly changing the work that you have to be a little bit more aligned to the dreams that you have. So I know that was really quick, but I do want to kind of bring it back to you. So what does all of this have to do with you? I think the same process of career conversations with understanding the past, understanding the dreams, and then creating a current plan for achieving those dreams. I think that 100% applies to you and what you should or could go through in order to take action on your endurance goals or any life goal that you have. After going through this process and thinking about the process that I went through in signing up for and training for my Ironman in 2017, I basically went through this exact same thing. So for me, I loved team sports and I loved sports as a kid, and that's what made me fall in love with endurance. And then ultimately I had a vision for, I want to be an Ironman just to prove that I could do it and to, grow and become better as a person. And then I created a plan based on my current strengths and weaknesses. So for me, my strengths were running, but my weaknesses were definitely biking and swimming. And so based on that, I signed up for 4 different lessons with a swim coach to get proper swim technique and to learn like proper mechanics. For the biking, one thing that I did is I got aero bars, and I learned how to use the road bike properly and how to get in the right position. I also, between both the swimming and bike, I trained with people who were way more experienced than I was. And ultimately, I purchased a book with a lot of credible reviews, and I followed it closely for my training plan. So what does that look like for you? What does this process look like for you? So first, that life story conversation. What type of an endurance event or what type of sports or activities did you enjoy doing as a kid? Second, for the visions part, what do you want your life to look like in the peak of your endurance career? Or what are those far out dreams that you might have for completing a specific event? And then 3, get real with yourself here. And what are your strengths and weaknesses currently with those goals that you have? What sort of plan do you need to put in place to make progress towards those dreams? So this is the process that you can follow to identify what your dreams are and then put a plan in place. And I really hope that you guys take action on this, and I hope that this serves you. I honestly hope that this gets you one step closer to your dreams. Bye, everybody.